I may not have posted anything on this channel for quite some time. However, that does not mean that I am not paying attention or contemplating on the issues surrounding us. It was from these musings that I stumbled upon the logical progression that I am presenting to you today that could potentially legally destroy the NHS. And it was not exactly the culprit you might expect. The UK National Health System has a lot to be praised for when it functions as intended. I will admit that I have had to avail of their services many times, and the majority of my interactions with the services provided were more than positive. That does not mean that there are no problems with the system, and one of the biggest problems facing it right now is that it is running headfirst into the culture war, which may end up being its downfall. What is going to be the biggest domino to fall? The first thought is the experimental vacation. I mean, the NHS was at the forefront of doling out the doses for the past few years, so is this the issue that is going to force the system to bear the brunt of the public's ire when the full effects are finally made public? In short, I do not believe so. Ironically, the NHS and their lackeys were not the ones forcing the public on this issue. It was the UK government and the devolved institutes themselves making all the demented demands. So at worst, the NHS could be accused of conspirators just following orders, but not leading the initiatives. Is it the trans kids issue? You're getting warmer. I would agree that the NHS institutes in this case were more proactive in pushing this agenda, including the creation of the Tavistock Institute, which has thankfully recently been closed down. Indeed, I made a video before about how the trans kids issue is going to come back to haunt those currently promoting it, and that itself is going to be a show. However, there is an even bigger problem created by this very ideological belief that will break the NHS. Without burying the lead much longer, I will reveal the biggest problem facing the NHS, and they created it themselves. The issue stems from the propaganda and the changing of terms by the trans lobby. The ideologues have pretty much distorted the terminology surrounding children, being outraged that the doctors assigned said children as male or female at birth. This is at the core of their argument and the start of the problem, as the NHS has accepted and adopted this as the acceptable belief into their official policies. However, this phraseology leaves the NHS potentially open to millions of lawsuits for one simple reason. If the doctors are assigning children as male or female at birth, why are they not assigning everyone as they are born with fully functional organs? Why are some not assigned 2 legs? Why are some assigned with inadequate vision or hearing? By their own logic, these sadistic doctors are apparently assigning babies with defective hearts. I can't imagine what kind of sadistic joy these doctors get by assigning type 1 diabetes to toddlers. I look forward to the avalanche of lawsuits coming in from all the people who have congenital defects assigned to them by their doctor. The only way this lawsuit can be avoided, as far as I can see, is a rejection of trans tenets and all associated religious beliefs. But do you really see them doing that? Slanho.